heavy laning style. You know, he wants to be able to pressure out the Azir. He wants to be able to go for the solo kills and try to bully out Pobuilter. And you know, Phoenix is known for his Azir.
You were mentioning, and the Negatron cloak able to kind of just sit in front of Phoenix. Nice parallel convergence. This is definitely going to get messy for Immortals, but I don't think anybody should go down here.
Phoenix roams down here.
Oh, Huni, definitely a big mistake there. A very good eye, guys, and it looks like he will be first blood. Reignover's
going into the jungle as Graves against Reignover, and Dardoch's trying to do the same.
He may have overstayed his welcome, though.
Oh, magical journey. Oh, Lorlo going in. Piglet and Lorlo go in. Dardoch and Matt have committed to going out. They're forced to run back around. Lorlo, very tanky in this one with the chrono break, but he cannot stay long enough. That's going to be Matt possibly.
Ultimate from Huni!
From Reignover, or Huni, yes, thank you. Reignover almost dies, was what I wanted to say.
And he's like, you know what, you got to go back anyway.
I've done the math. I've done the math.
Though.
Oh man, Huni just picked up a kill for himself, but gets Huni keeping himself alive, and now Adrian and the team might be on the chase. It's a slow one, but it looks like with that Monsoon, they want to keep the connection. The Cosmic Bindings left and right from Matt.
Adrian just got absolutely deleted there. What a binding by Matt to turn that. Get some damage down on this turret. You can see Dardoch coming around from the side.
Tempered Fate.
Matt
looking to see how they're going to get out of this one. Adrian saves himself with a Storm Shield. Now they're on to Phoenix. He pulls back to the Mimic, and it looks like he could go down. There's no follow-up to come in yet. Turtle, Fate's call, but does Adrian go in? He's so low, he goes down instantly. How many are they going to trade, and was it worth? That's Huni that's going to fall now. Liquid starts to turn around, but Turtle says, I'm going to get a double. Looking for the triple and possibly a... Oh! A double coming in from Belter. Can he get three?
The support from the other team. And at that point, the team fight was basically lost, but Reignover is in some trouble here, and so is Phoenix.
Turtle! Whoa!
Still slowed.
Turtle going hard. No, he knows Matt has to use that. The next Ren would have taken him down for at least another hit. Turtle is chasing, knowing he has the kill. Over the wall goes Huni, and there goes Phoenix.
This is exactly where you want your gold on the Immortals side.
Here comes the ult from Matt.
All right, that's
Turtle's
a disengage. Turtle needs that top mid and bottom lane member. No, he doesn't. He goes in by himself, knowing the cavalry is riding in right behind him. Now they're on to Lorlo. The chrono break is only to say, walk this way.
Immortals once again going to make them pay big, and this is a Kalista ready to rend this Baron. We'll see if they can do anything.
I don't think they can. Adrian with the Monsoon to keep both Phoenix, and he's actually up multiple gold here. And look at this. They're going to try. TL's going to try what threw Immortals off in the last game.
Oh, he gets him on the outside of the minion. That's a turtle down. They crack the trap shell. Can they get any more? Pobuilter gets locked up as well. There's enough to drop him. Hopefully he does something good with all that cash money. 10 to 8, 25 minutes in. Things are getting real rowdy here as two members of Immortal are down. And Team Liquid's getting pushed back in the mid lane, it seems here. They're trying to fight Huni. They should be able to get him after this real long fight. And now Liquid with the drop, but Immortals...
Oh, what a binding!
Oh my god!
No, there's the repel. He's going to go down, so will the turret. Does Immortals get there too slow? Turtle has that teleport, so we can play kind of off the ball in that sense to see if we can bait Liquid into something they don't want. Hook, line, and sinker maybe right here. Pobuilter over the wall to try and take two on. They stop Turtle. That may be the DPS they needed to shut down. Fate's call over the wall. That's going to be Liquid dropping to the ground as Immortals just pile on each other.
Was in the river, so he had to walk all the way up and didn't even get a flank. He was just joining the fight, whereas Huni's was a perfect angle, and that's going to be the inhibitor here for Immortals. 28
put out damage.
And once again, though, TL actually make it to the dragon first. Trap line is set up, so they have to walk all the way around instead of eating it. And that's going to be the first dragon there, but they still want to fight. Huni's on Piglet!
Oh, the flash body into Piglet. One more hit, he goes down. That's going to be the burn. Dardoch gets thrown back. Eyes are on Lorlo as Immortals tries to assess what their damage dealer is. Going to be very hard.
Oh, didn't hit Barrett.
At all possible.
Didn't hit
it just missed, and they were actually right on the outside. You can see that it did affect on that ward. I don't know if this is going to be good for TL. They need to get out. Very low mana on Piglet, so he doesn't have really any disengage for himself. Only auto attacks. That's going to be two down. Dardoch and Phoenix fall. Reignover's the only one now for Immortals as Huni picks up another kill. And there goes the DPS on the side of Liquid. Once again, it's Lorlo, the only one that can run away from the fight.
And just like that, Baron buff is up. They have a wave. This has got to be the game here for Immortals. They're looking to pick up game number 1 over TL in this best of 5.
Absolutely strong. Coming out of the pick and ban phase, the Nidalee ban, the Azir take, And then with that blind pick, they went through the rest of the composition and really protected Turtle. Played well all around the map. And coming into the third place match, Immortals making a very good case for themselves to take that spot.
That's the thing. They go back and forth here. Immortals have actually been flexing things at 20 seconds. We saw it when they had the Lucian top to try and throw them off. But also in this mid lane, that means that Pobelter doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Right? Lux was good. They couldn't figure out what really countered it, like Talon or something like that. But look at this. Oh, missed Q.
Those are both
Rainover's here, though.
Both summoners for Matt. That should be the focus. He's an easy walk-in for the kill. Huni could turn around, help solidify this, but he almost gets one of his own on the TP over onto Phoenix if Dardoch. He finds a bit of an advantage and also a push here from Turtle and Adrian. So they're going to be going hard on the top turret as a mid lane gets a little bit of luck.
Dardoch,
he goes back in as soon as Rainover reloads. That timing he saw to keep himself alive. And now they're going to try to take on Rainover. What a play. Do they also...
The man's gonna die.
Bite. Oh, no. They give it back to Rainover.
Oh, no. That was such a good...
Turtles 4. The pressure that Teal Liquid has right now.
Rainover over the wall, though, so Piglet being 6, I don't know how much it's going to matter here.
Yeah, they have pressure in levels, but if they aren't organized on the map, you lose it all. Oh. That's a kill going on to Matt, and now they have Piglet hanging out to dry. He flashes in to try and get the kill over.
As well, I mean, if you can get a body slam flash, but Phoenix is in trouble.
Look how this was set up. Phoenix was already hugging the left side. Dardoch is going to be able to solidify a kill with turret damage. Almost gets himself two, but he was...
Pobelter doesn't have any summoner spells, and look at this, Lorlo comes in.
Vengeful Maelstrom right on before they go into the turret. He's going to have to fight this one out. You bring it.
Turn on to Turtle. Turtle's too far up, and they're going to TP behind him.
It's 14 minutes, so no home guards off of these TPs. It's going to be a slow walk, and Turtle's way too far away from home for that.
How is Teal going to get out of this, though? It's going to be awkward. Nice body slam.
Oh, Piglet. He could get out of this one. He actually puts himself on the top side of the fight. Now it's all faced into the lane. Dardoch goes down. Matt gets there just a second too late to the party. Piglet's trying to chase and help his team now. Phoenix starting to come around the corner, but is it too late? Lorlo fending off 4 members right now as Immortals look to chop down the tree. He's only going to do a little bit more. Maybe get Belter, but they are able to pick it up.
The counter engage comes out. It's just everybody's trying to at least get the hook so they can pull in the missing line.
Rainover going to pick up another one.
Team Liquid if they choose to do so, but we're still looking for this
from the side.
Outer ring of turrets to get dropped. Glacial Fisher and True Shot Barrage cross over each other, and a very deleted Matt goes down. That's going to be Dardoch that follows. They thought they had the upper hand here, but are turned around and flipped upside down on their own head.
Piglet got it!
Piglet's going to go down a Howling Gale into one windy attack. It blows him right over.
And got that stun, and that fight once again, TL trying to pull the trigger, but Immortals is there faster. Immortals reacts better. Lorlo strolling into the fight, you know, hopelessly late,
to the wall.
and it was just already over. Because TL wants to make something happen. This is the 3rd dragon. They don't want to give it. Oh, nice steal!
Spiked out by Dardoch. He's waiting for that body slam to get back over the wall. Nice push out on Pobelter, but the team knows collectively.
Oh, they stopped him.
This is not a fight. Glacial Fisher over to a 3-man ultimate, and they're going to start getting the clean up. Piglet goes down. We just said it was one fight to take the inhibitor, then another one to follow up on the Nexus. Is it all patched up in one? Is this the kid in Caboodle for Immortals? On for Huni. He's in a 2v1. Steadfast presence is down, and there is going to be enough time for Rainover to come over. These guys are just holding hands, taking a nice walk on the beach, and they're ready to bring even more cavalry to the show. On to Matt, and it's going to keep going.
To this meta.
That is an understatement. Performing, I mean, that 3-man ultimate flash into the...
I said immaculate.
That was just godlike. Huni is going off this game. Rainover is going off. This is the dynamic duo that everyone expected.
Going for broke, a nice push back. That was the Monsoon. Janna ultimate's out. This is going to be Huni giving himself up for the team, and
they're enough ahead that they don't need to. But here goes Dardoch.
Pobelter.
Oh, they want
an ultimate from Cass.
Pobelter going in. It's going to happen. That's going to be Turtle on the outside. He rents out too. Turtle going for a triple. That's going to be the quadra, and it's going to be Lorlo going down. Turtle comes up huge.
And Pobelter, what an ultimate. He got the 4-man Cassiopeia ultimate. He says, I'm going to die, but I'm taking you with me. The Pobelter just came up massive, and Wild Turtle makes him pay. That is going to be game number 2.
28 minutes, keeping it on pace. As I said before, they're right onto the Nexus turrets. 2 games in now, Immortals has not shown any stopping in their aggression from early sections of the game onto mid or even late. If we make it to the late game on this series, that's going to be the second Nexus turret going down. Matt doing his damnedest to be unbreakable for the team. The rest of Liquid spawns pouring out their last efforts in game number 2, and Immortals will take down Liquid to make it 2-0.
And Immortal
exploits. It needs to be Phoenix rotating around, getting the TPs, 4-man bot, 5-man bot with double TP, these kind of things, and they need to get big advantages. I want to see Phoenix and
TP to the bot side so he can catch the wave. What is Lord doing? What is he doing?
That did not just happen.
What is he doing?
Howling Gale goes out. They're going to see Rainover coming in too. This is going to be 4 people getting on this. Rainover doesn't pick anything.
Rainover doesn't have flash. He's going to get caught.
A lot of resources to send up there just to help Lorlo. Hopefully they can come up with something here.
It's a red buff. He's going to have the slow here.
End of the line hits. The rappel goes up, and that's going to be a finish kill. They're going to allow that to go to Lorlo. Actually, a very smart play. With them in front of their turret, Lorlo looks like he wants to go in, but they have to realize here they're definitely down in levels. It's going to affect the abilities. And what can be used onto Phoenix right away? Adrian uses all summoner spells to get himself into the fight. Huni and Wild Turtle are very low. It's going to be Lorlo trying to go deep into the fight. Nobody can really follow him, and a lot of summoners used by
Rainover
just to get into range.
He didn't want to do that. Stealer, well, you're taking less damage, so he wouldn't have died. But oh my god. That's commitment.
That's called pulling the trigger.
yeah, there used to be.
If he does not have Map's ultimate regularly, Lorlo goes in.
No,
he hit it on the turret. They might have wanted that damage. Rainover is low. Nice ultimate coming in for Phoenix, but he puts himself very dangerous here. The double kill could be worth, but there's an consistent as that Maokai. Hopefully he is what the team needs when they get
in. Turtle. What?
Phoenix.
In a bad spot. The Fade's call, and it's on Rainover. The binding locks him up on the wall. Adrian doing what he can. One last storm shield. The rappel is up, and Adrian will completely fall. No, he stays alive. It's going to be all down. How is Immortals turning this? Turtle again in the front. The shell is even up.
What a cue!
Stop that time, and it doesn't look like it's going to be finished. Does Turtle take the journey? He does. The binding against the wall. What is he doing in the pit alone? Suicide on this one.
Dragon!
He goes down. Lorlo takes him out. And Turtle going way too hard.
Has actually a very nice fluidity to it. But look at this. Piglet caught by
Cocoon. My God, Rainover. Right over the shoulder of Team Liquid members onto Piglet. The next target is Matt. It's going to be more before Huni goes down. No, he falls quick.
They still have Dardoch
onto Lorlo. Where is Phoenix? He's coming around the backside with a bunch of damage with Dardoch. Now it's a 2v2. They're standing tall. They're trying to finish off the kill. And it's going to be Rainover once again with the sliver of health.
He's going to try to kill him.
Turtle gets fishing. Turtle gets the kill. What a fight from Immortals. Cocoon, but it is Immortals.
TP.
They're going to do anything that they can. It's on to Turtle. This is a great chance for Team Liquid to bite back into a safe situation, but even safer.
They did nothing to Pobelter there, and Pobelter's still 100% okay, and they're looking for more. He can't get the pin.
He's looking for a bit more power, and it's Piglet. Piglet goes down once again as the team not even leaves him out to dry, are moving just quicker.
I mean, TL did kind of just walk away, though. I was really surprised by that. I felt like they still could have just walked out as a team. But, whether Piglet was late or his team was early, they needed to be together. And Tardoch's going to get caught now as here comes Huni.
Oh, they're forced to fight in this as well. Since they stayed, Lorlo went right on to Huni. Dardoch could get out of this one. Phoenix to the other side, but they are just going in one after the
other. CC that you're trying to throw on him, not even close to effective, and he'll get out much faster, be able to actually vamp back up. And that's going to be barren for
trying to do what they can. They understand they're a bit weaker in items and fight pressure here. Ultimates down for Huni at the moment, so they can't really disperse a huge fight. Gonna be a journey over the wall, nobody really behind them, but Dardoch, and they kind of want to get out as fast as they went in here. A lot of damage coming in. Immortals still want this fight right in front of the turret. They want Liquid to use all of their resources so they can get it and push on through the inhibitor. But will Liquid let it happen? Immortals is gonna make it happen. They're going for Piglet. Huni hits the barrel right past Liquid's members, and it takes down Piglet. That's 3 members down. Liquid is scattering to keep themselves alive, and Immortals are just going to walk up to the front door and ace Team Liquid.
And they have minions in the bot side here. This might be Immortals. They were first place in the regular season. They faltered in the semifinals, but they're gonna take down Team Liquid and claim 20 more championship points.
They're back, and they're back in a big way. It's gonna be a clean 3-0 for Immortals, coming together. Turtle coming up huge. The whole team looking godlike in this series. That's gonna be it. 3-0 for Immortals over Team Liquid.
A good game, well played across the board between these two teams, and I think at the end of that game, I was looking back to Champion Selects, and I was thinking, they've got Phoenix on things he hardly played this year. A Cass, a LeBlanc that we only saw in the semis versus CLG, and a Lissandra that was played twice. It definitely was a bit of a kink in the chain.
Yeah, I think that Team Liquid, with these rookies coming this far, they definitely think that they have more potential for the next split. Once they synergize, they get a little bit more over those nerves that we were definitely seeing in this game, and the communication gets down pat. I want to talk about Immortals though, because this is a team that was expected to get first place. And they were humiliated 3-0 by TSM, the 6th place seed.
And in that interview, they said, we didn't even expect that.
They did not expect that one bit. And they come in here today, they 3-0 Team Liquid. Very, very, very commanding performance from this squad. And this wasn't about getting 3rd place and those extra 20 championship points. This was about saying the criticism of, right, is that how an MVP plays in the semifinals? Is that how a coach drafts in the semifinals? They are silencing those haters, showing that Immortals have more aspects to them and more dimensions than what we had seen in the regular season. And if they're able to adapt like this and then get on top of recognizing when the meta shifts, this is a squad that coming into summer, they're practicing for Worlds.
Well, it is going to be those best of 3s, and Immortals now shows that can go into those series, show change, show strength, and even a week's time to be able to change that.
And I mean, Huni has completely silenced the critics. He looked extremely strong on the tanks. All 3 games, he looked great. And I gotta say, Wild Turtle coming up massive for the team throughout the series. He was just straight up playing better than Piglet. This is the guy who, people are overlooking a little bit. They talk a lot more about Piglet. They talk a lot about Double Lift and stuff, but Wild Turtle, he's not sitting in the back. He's getting in there for the team. He's picking up the kills. He plays it right to the very edge, and he's able to come up so big for the team.
Pobelter as well. We see this guy be a huge boon of versatility for the team, bringing out the Azir after not really seeing it much, and then the Rise again. Just really able to play the matchups he was going against at a base level and then help the team out afterwards. Like you said, we weren't really seeing or have seen Pobelter be a star player in the mid lane, right? He brings a lot to the table, but here he definitely started to define and show himself.
Yeah, and I mean, Phoenix was the guy who had the counter pick multiple games against Pobelter. And Pobelter is the one that's performing better in these games anyway. He's the one that's staying alive. He's the one that's, building intelligently, team fighting intelligently. And I have to say that this really was truly a team win for Immortals.
Yeah, and I think Immortals, showing that it only took them a week to really get everything in order, kind of points to the 3-0 series against TSM, that was more of them being misled by their scrim results. I got to talk to their coach, and he's like, it really looks out of place if you didn't see what practice was like. If you saw what practice was like, they thought that Lucian top was good. They thought that Gangplank was good because they were probably crushing people with it, right? And with that many weeks of practice and you do that, then you come onto the stage and say, well, this is how we've been winning all along. And now they've adapted, and it was very quick to actually just turn it and say, oh yeah, we always had this. We just didn't think it was the best strategy at the time.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Practice makes habit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And for the player perspective on that series, let's check in with Freak, who's got an interview ready with 2 of our winners.
Thank you very much, Riv. Yes, I am here with 2 of the victorious Immortals here. We've got Huni, we've got Wild Turtle. Huni, first things first, I have to ask you, coming to the 3rd place match, the 3-0 stomp, how did it feel kind of vindicating yourselves from the semifinal? How does it feel bouncing back from that?
Yeah, it was kind of sad, of course, for third place. It was just I would say, first times for me because I was just winning when I was in EU. So it was kind of sad, but we still have to play for fans, and we have to win because we still have to prove we're not that weak. And then next season we're going to beat again every team. So we just prepare properly, and then that's why I think we won pretty easy.
So Huni talked about preparing properly. Wild Turtle, I want to ask you, what was that preparation like, bouncing back from that loss to TSM? What did it look like this week?
Well, the preparation was a really long and hard process. Like, we knew we were going to lose a lot of games at the start because we're playing tank top. Huni's only played like 3 tanks in his life, and he played like all 3 of them this game or something like that. And then, it was a really hard transition, but I'm glad we were able to show we were able to play the meta, I guess.
So Huni, I want to ask you about that then. What was the mindset from last week's champion select? Lucian, Top, Gangplank, Graves. Why were those the champions you played?
To be honest, I don't know. I was maybe kind of overconfident, and I didn't prepare enough myself. That's why I was kind of being behind meta. That's why we played kind of bad. And then for me, there was a lot of disadvantage. So yeah, it was. But personally, I think still damage top is better than tank champion.
You think there's things that are better than tanks? You just have to find them?
To be honest, I want to say it like this way, but actually tank is better this meta.
All right. Well, Wild Turtle, you got to show what a winning Lucian looks like, so congrats on that one. Talk to me about the matchup you were up against Matt and Piglet here, because Piglet's gotten so much praise. You've often been an overlooked AD carry. I know you've gotten some respect now. So tell me sort of your individual play throughout this series and how you felt it went.
I think me and Adrian played really well in this series because Huni's obviously playing a tank, and I can trust Huni to engage for me, and it's really good. I think in this meta it's more like just teamwork and just playing with your team really well, and I was able to show that I could play with my team really well this game.
You guys definitely played very well, so we're looking forward to seeing you guys play in June in the summer split. Your goals are still Worlds. How is it going to be the 18-0 this time around? Is that the summer split for Huni? How's summer split going to be for Immortals?
This time we lost actually semifinals. So from there we improved a lot, and then we're not going to be like cocky or something overconfident, and then we prepare enough ourselves. So summer split is going to be like we're going to be way better, way more improved, and so we're going to finish without lose.
You're going to finish without any losses, Huni. All right. Wild Turtle, then, one more question for you then. Tomorrow's matchup, TSM versus CLG, how do you feel it's going to go?
TSM versus CLG, I would give it TSM because they beat us, and I love TSM, so yeah.
All right, Wild Turtle, thank you very much, guys. Congratulations on the 3rd place victory. We'll see you in June in the summer split, where you're not going to lose any games, according to Huni. Thank you guys very much, and for now, we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk to break down that series.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Freak smiles for Huni and Wild Turtle as they walk away from the 3rd place match with the victory and the 3-0 sweep over Team Liquid. So, of course, that's going to feel good for them bouncing back from their loss against TSM. And I want to talk about how they got there, and I want to talk about what Freak was discussing with them was the adaptations that they had to make in just a week. I mean, Wild Turtle hitting on it there. Hey, it's nice to have a tank that can engage for me in frontline.
Hearing that is kind of mind-blowing. They're just like, oh, yeah, we decided to practice tank tops in a week, whipped them out against Liquid, and then 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, they were not perfect on tanks. Huni was not as good of a tank player as some of the other tank players top lane, but the team is good enough that when they were on that style, they could still do it better, which kind of makes you wonder what could have been if they were practicing that for a month.
And Huni also voicing, the sentiment that a lot of players have, it's much more fun to build full damage.
I still think a damage dealer can do it. I was like, yeah, Huni, tell him a damage dealer can do it.
And he's just kidding.
Takes back off.
I would love to see the meta develop it, or I would love to find someone poke a hole in it. I mean, there was the attempt to poke a hole in it, and we did see the Lucian have success up to a certain point in the game, and who knows, maybe he'll continue to look for those opportunities since they're going to have some time now leading into the summer split to mess around with different team comps and the styles that they want to play. But again, breaking down this series as a whole, Immortals, as you mentioned, John, I think the biggest key here for Immortals was them getting back to the point or the place where we realized that as a team, these guys just work together.
Yeah, and I really liked how Huni was okay with giving up the spotlight. This is a guy, he's had the spotlight for almost 2 years. Pretty much all of his League of Legends career. He's been this carry top laner. He smashes, he gets all the kills, but he's okay with playing the front line for Wild Turtle and for Pobelter. Both of those guys step up for Immortals, and their back line really does work.
That was the huge thing. Like, Pobelter probably felt very slighted in the awards voting. Everyone else on the team got first team for North America. And then it's just Jensen in the mid lane.
Right.
But Pobelter stepped up in a huge way. And that's what needs to happen if your top laner is not on a primary damage threat. It's your backline damage, which is going to be your mid laner and AD carry. And I thought Pobelter was exemplary in all 3 games.
And Turtle as well.
Yeah, accolades for Immortals, but I do want to touch on Team Liquid really quick as, again, you know, this was a young team. We've talked about the 3 rookies, and Jat, you mentioned the fact that this is the first instance in which these guys are playing in an arena this size in front of this many people. And for them, although they did get 3-0'd, this was a crucial part of their journey and their learning process to moving into the summer split and maybe making a run at Worlds.
I think it's growth opportunity is what they need to do, because there were so many unforced errors, right? The level 1 teleport by Lorlo in game 3 on a turret with 3 people, like, that is not a mechanical misplay. You're not just like, oh, wrong turret.
Yeah.
Like,
Game 3 was really funny because going into it, I was like, okay, what they need to do is reduce their unforced arrows, but what they did is allow Immortals to make more unforced arrows for themselves, creating these magical journeys, and then everyone can follow going into them. So it was just everybody kind of chaos there.
Game 3 definitely chaotic, but exciting nonetheless. Well, all in all, players on both sides stepped up in this 3rd place match, but only one can be named player of the series, and today it's Pobelter. So Jack, you'll be happy that he's getting a little bit of recognition here. Pobelter started the series off strong, bringing out an Azir pick in game 1. His rise was instrumental in terms of getting Immortals to that win here today. And then, of course, the Cassiopeia. So 3 unique champions.
I think so much of this was his champion flexibility and also his ability to play well with that champion in game. The ban strategy for Immortals, banning basically 2 junglers every single game and being able to deny Team Liquid Azir and then force them to ban Azir when they were red side, it's so much value he provided just from picks and bans, not even talking about once he was in the game.
Right, too, the way that freed up Reignover, since we talked about the jungle meta and the fact that Reignover isn't quite comfortable playing the Kindred. We've seen him play in Italy before, and he did jump onto the Graves today at least a bit, but still allowing him to play Elise, who most would say, well, she's not in the meta. You're going to play so many other champions before that.
I don't know.
But Pobelter frees that up because of, as you mentioned, Jat, what he does in Champion Select with those unique picks.
Say Elise is almost always good.
Kobe,
She's always in there.
Ever the jungler, yes.
And maybe it's Dardoch's kryptonite, too. Smithy's Elise was crushing him around corners with those cocoons.
Well, hey, when you're flash cocooning Piglet in the same spot that he got cocooned in like 2 games prior to get a huge team fight win and kind of snowball the game off of that, then it works, right? That's at least played correctly. But Pobelter, unsung hero, well, no longer the unsung hero. He's the unsung hero, I guess, of the regular season.
I don't think he deserved first team mid laner, but this series, he was absolutely all that.
All righty, well, there you have it for the series. Now, earlier in the day, we asked you to send us your favorite game-changing moments from the 2016 LCS season. So let's check out some of your submission. First up, from 13OU31, who writes, the Wild Turtle 1v3 with Kalista, that was one of the better moments of the year. Here you go.
But rushes back, can't find the Q, but here comes Curtain Call. Pobelter has to block this, he's gonna get slowed. He finds Huni, and he gets the crit. Pobelter stops blocking it, and he goes back in for Sneaky, but Russian balls, unstoppable, maybe even literally, as he keeps going in. Turtle, 1 versus 3, and he takes 3 of them down.
This game is delivering in every conceivable way. Turtle sticking around until the very end of the team fight and never backing down. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, he did a 1v4 later in that game when he had Sterix Gate together.
What is in common with all of these games where Turtle keeps taking on multiple enemies? He's on Kalista.
Yeah,
yes.
True.
Yeah, very proficient on that champion. Next up from Charlesard, who remembers Echo Fox versus Team Liquid, the last team fight at the Inhibitor where Big literally broke the sound barrier.
The front, will it go on him? The flash combo comes in, and Dardoch, he gets Froggen, and Froggen's gone. They catch back in. Nice! Fucking
Nice.
What's happening?
Save the Lucian!
Save the Lucian!
Save the Lucian! Get Alistair, get Alistair! Lucian's
Save
fine, Lucian's
Lucian.
fine, puppy! Alistair, Alistair, okay? Puppy,
Puppy,
puppy, puppy, puppy! Oh, shit! Kill him!
Nice, mid. Run down, run down, run down.
The start is the best. What's happening?
It's memorable, but not optimal. Never do you want to say what's happening as loud as possible.
Especially as just shot caller, too. As one of the two dedicated shot callers on that team, you need that person to be like the voice of reason.
Or was it like this? It's more philosophical. What's happening? It doesn't matter what's happening. Protect the Lucian. Doesn't matter what the answer to that question is. Protect the Lucian.
There you have it. There you have it. All right, well, our last tweet comes from Doraga's cousin. I hope I got that right. Definitely Balls pulling back the second C9 game against TSM on Gangplank. Here you go.
The heel comes out, and now TSM looks like they have to turn around a bit. Hauntzer gets locked down and taken down. Doublelift trying to stand up front. His crits will change this fight. There's another hit from Balls. He comes up huge. The double kill for Sneaky. They could wipe out Team Solomon right here, and they have Baron to get in the base. You have to be kidding me. There in Doublelift, he's getting too close. As soon as Fensgaren and Yellow Star went in, that was it. Cloud9 have held their breath 46 minutes waiting for the right fights, waiting to scale, waiting for the right items, and they have found it now.
I mean, that was only one of many GP plays that we saw out of Balls, because there was the other fight near the Raptors that one time where he got a huge flash auto crit in order to save the game there.
He definitely hard carried that game. That was huge from Balls. And it really illustrates that point. There's so many small things for you to keep in mind in those late game team fights. If you miss one barrel and you forget to put one auto attack, it can change the entire game.
Yeah, GP, very fun champion to watch. Unfortunately, it was banned out all through the series today, so we didn't get to see Huni play it. But, ladies and gentlemen, with third place in the books, we can officially distribute some of the remaining championship points. With their win today, Immortals earned themselves third place in the spring split and 50 championship points to spend towards an invitation to the World Championships. That means Liquid earns 30 points, and previously eliminated teams Cloud9 and Energy Esports each earn 10. Now, the remaining points will be distributed tomorrow following the conclusion of the spring split championship finals. That matchup, of course, is another meeting of the biggest rivals.